Before we get started, I thought I'd let you know that these are highlights from a live stream I did unboxing, giving my impressions on, and testing the Nitro 5, specifically the new AMD 4000 variant with the GTX 1650. So if the video seems particularly long, that's the reason why. So before we get started, if you want to support the channel, I have Amazon affiliate links in the description if you'd like. I also have a Patreon. And if you want to support the channel, support content like this, be sure to do that with the links in the description. Also, you should join the Discord before I hit 1K because I'm handing out a free roll for everyone that joins before I hit 1K subscribers on YouTube. So be sure to get joined as soon as you can. That's all, and just enjoy the video. Okay, here we are. There's the Nitro 5, and that's massive box glory. Yep, so let's get this thing cracked open. I've got my iFixit kit here that I'll be using to open it up later. Otherwise, we'll just be taking a look at things and seeing what's in the box and doing a basic impressions video live. Because impressions videos are not cool to watch, you know, not live. So we have this box here. This box is the power adapter and indeed, as well as a, what is this? See, this is where you get the interesting stuff. There's just like random stuff in the box. It's like a Nitro loop thing. So you can hook this on your belt and show how much of a gamer you are, I guess. It comes with, a nice little SATA cable thing. So if we want to add a 2.5-inch SSD, we can do that. Yeah, okay. That's actually kind of a decent selection of random stuff, so I approve. So it comes with like their higher tier support. I don't know, maybe. Or that's just marketing speak for it has a warranty. Their manual that's covered in plastic, and then another manual that's not. Okay, so inside of our gamer foam we have a gaming laptop. Comes in this nice fabric sleeve to ensure it doesn't get scratched or dirty, and there it is. With another nice fabric thing, we have the Acer Nitro 5. In all of its glory right here on the desk. Narrow bezel, according to them. I mean, the side bezels are fairly slim, actually. I mean, can't really complain about that. Comes with killer Ethernet and Wi-Fi 6, an HDMI port, whatever, marketing, blah, blah, blah. Okay, so let's get this thing fired up. That's already one thing I don't really like. The power button. This is really quite interesting. Yeah, you can see the power button's right on the keyboard, which is weird. Yeah, it's a red colored keyboard, which a little tacky, but I don't know. Personal preference there. I don't like it, but someone might. Goes with the Nitro accent. It is what the Nitro is. Yeah. Chromebook style power buttons, pretty much, yeah. Oh yeah, and the Nitro 5 also comes with some screws. This comes with a 135 watt power brick. It's a 19.5 volt 6.92 amp charging brick from Chichoni. Because the power button is near the keys, you might accidentally press it while gaming. Happened to me many times. Yeah, that's kind of why I don't really like that design choice. It's a little silly. Especially given that, like, the Flex 5 being $100 cheaper has a dedicated power button. I mean, it doesn't really cost that much money. You can complain about anything. Well, isn't that my job? So where is the charger port? I think it's on the back, actually. Yep. There we go. Yep, the power cord is in the back, which is actually kind of nice, because then you can route the cable behind your desk and it's not in the way. Unfortunately, since I'm a fool and I record with the camera like crooked, I can't really do anything like that. So let's just get this thing turned on. That's with the camera for a second here. How many times do you guys think I'm going to complain about my camera stand until I get a new one? Probably like 30 more times. Same charging port as the Helios 300 2020. Okay. Yeah, too much. Definitely.
Hi there.
Okay.
Here, a touch of Wi-Fi there, and we'll have your PC ready for all you like.
All right. So bring the screen up a little. Okay. I have to move the camera. Hold on. No, my mic. Hold on. My microphone's in a totally wrong spot. Whoops. It's on the charger, but as you can see, there are the cutouts. The darker sections are cutouts, basically. That's all the cutouts in the bottom. It's not that bad. Asus actually covers the fans. These actually have cutouts, so it's a little better, actually. We'll see how it is when we get into it, but no, I mean, I could see the fans. So, there's definitely not paper covering the fans. There'll be a disassembly, right? Yeah, I'll be opening the bottom. I usually do that after setup, just because, you know, I want to do the initial setup on stream because people know how long it takes and if the laptop seems really slow or anything like that. Yeah, it actually has like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. It has 4 states of brightness. So how's the feedback of the keyboard? I don't know. It feels like a cheap keyboard. I mean, if you've ever typed on a keyboard at school, like one of those cheap membrane ones that they always have, that's roughly what it feels like, except, you know, shallower. Wow, what a crazy wallpaper. Let me turn the screen brightness down so you guys can see it better. Where's that button? Is there no screen brightness thing? This is such a bizarre layout. I don't understand. It's so weird. Oh, it's over here. Never mind. Okay. Yeah, it's in the arrow keys for whatever reason. And also... What? Okay. Tell me if this makes sense, alright? So you see these keys? You see the left one? How it's like a filled-in sun? And the right one's like a dark sun? If I hit the dark sun... I'll just show you. I'm gonna hit the dark sun one. You'll see that... nothing happens, it doesn't go darker. But if I hit the big, like, bright sun, it goes down. What? What on earth? Okay. Let's see. Does the audio adjustment? Yeah, audio adjustment makes sense. That is so weird. Yeah, I guess it's opposite day. What the heck? Okay. Interesting, yeah. No idea what the deal is with that. Viewing angles on the screen. I don't know, pretty standard for IPS. I don't have any issue with it so far. That's so weird. That is incredibly weird. I don't know what to say about that. It has Max fan. Okay. That's what it sounds like. But guess what I have? I have a sound meter. I'll bring this close to my face. Like this is roughly where your head would be if you're playing games on this. And you can see that when I'm talking, it's spiking up to like 80, 71. Well, you can kind of see it. It's not really in focus. Let me bring this in focus. Yeah, I mean, it's not. It's like 57 decibels. Yeah, it's a fair bit loud. Like if I just go back to auto, 41. So yeah, it's like perceivably like twice as loud. Luckily though, you can do a custom adjustment, I guess. I don't know how to like custom what? There's custom, but like I don't see it. Like, is this... Oh, here? Is this where you do it? No. The screen, I mean, I haven't really seen much of it so far, but it doesn't seem terrible. Certainly looks tolerable. Hopefully there's a lot of heatsink. Yeah, hopefully. I mean, the temperatures we're seeing are not awful, but I mean, I'm not looking at Hardware Info 64, so I can't really say for sure. Hopefully the fans quiet down. How's the touchpad? Not smooth? No, the touchpad is actually a nice smooth surface. It's just I'm running into issues with my like clicks not triggering, but I don't know. That might have just been that terrible app I was using. I don't know. It comes with Firefox stock. That's interesting. Except for it's like broken Firefox. Why does it look like this? So the touchpad. Let's see if it's precision here. Yep, it's precision. We can check the driver too. It's an ELAN, it looks like. Yeah, it appears to be an ELAN touchpad. They call it the new version of Firefox is it? No, I mean this top bar here. That shouldn't be there. Yeah, like why is there a bar here? Can I update Firefox? Yep. Yeah, what the heck did they do to the Firefox on this? That's just weird. We also have that again. Oh, it's an AX200 actually. Ooh. And it comes with a killer E2600 gigabit Ethernet controller, which we can always test out if we want. So that means it does have the killer networking service, but only for Ethernet. It doesn't have precision gestures. I think it does. Let me test. Oh, it does. Yeah, definitely. Never mind. Well, I mean, it did say it had precision, so for sure. Why do you want to bug me, Norton? Go away. One thing I want to try is we'll just go to YouTube. And let's see if we can get YouTube to stream. This is what I've been using to test. Stats for nerds. Okay, I don't want to watch the ad, please. Yep, we're dropping frames. Actually, we were at the beginning, but now it's... No, we're still dropping frames. But yeah, you can see it's skipping at 4K 60. Let's go back to 1080p 60. It's still dropping at 1080p 60. Let's check what version our graphics driver's at. Okay, so it's a driver, again, from April. So that's probably why we're having issues. Let's check Task Manager here. One second. No, actually, it's accelerating with the GPU, so that's weird. Acer says there are RGB keyboards. Should update the drivers first. Yeah. Let's do that. Let's just update everything. How do you tell if it's using iGPU or DGPU in Chrome? Basically, you go to Task Manager, you look for GPU engine, and if it says GPU 1, it's using the integrated. If it says GPU 0, it's using the dedicated. Can this run Minecraft? Yeah. With ray tracing, probably not. No, this card doesn't support ray tracing. I don't know what the software is, so I'm just gonna close it. I wish Norton would stop checking everything. I'm gonna have to delete that. That's getting on my nerves already. See, preferences, system. Yeah, it's just really old drivers. Yeah, 1650 is going to be more than enough with my normal Minecraft. You're not going to have issues with that. Why am I using this like all weird? I'll just bring this over to myself now. I'm not on camera. Wow, is there a link for the laptop? Amazon. No, there's not an Amazon link, unfortunately. It's only available on Best Buy. At least in the US. I don't have any other stores that I have affiliate links through that they're selling it at. So if you're still interested, if you need an Amazon link, I unfortunately can't give it to you. If you're planning on doing that to support the channel, then I mean, if you want, you can just give me $1 or $2 through Patreon if you really want, but I wouldn't worry about it. I won't feel bad, so don't feel compelled to do so. So just waiting for everything to download now. During the loud sections, I was getting around like 75 decibels, so that'd be about like talking volume. Well, close range talking volume, if not a little louder. I mean, this is obviously not the best way to test volume, but I'm making do for the moment. They're pretty decent speakers. They're loud enough. Can we get rid of the background music? Yeah, I'm gonna just turn that off. I don't know, guys. I think you can compare between them if your interests overlap. I mean, they're different categories, but you could easily compare between them. They're very similar price point. If you compare scores on them, it will suck since this has CPU plus DGPU and the other one has APU only. Yeah, I know. I mean, it's not... You can't just say that, like, the Flex 5 is terrible because the Nitro 5 outperforms it, because that's not 100% true. But if you're looking for performance, then... I don't know. I mean, this will probably beat it, so... If that's all you're looking for, then I'd probably go for this. But if you prefer, like, a more balanced overall system that can work as, like, your only machine, then, I mean, the Flex 5 is perfectly good. It does have, you know, aforementioned hinge concerns, but that's, I don't know, if you are worried about that, then, I mean, you could always go with this. I mean, Nitros have historically had pretty good hinge designs that load balance across the entire lid, so you probably won't run into that here. I can't say for the longevity of everything else, but I at least know about that. It actually feels nicer than I thought it would. I mean, it's not, you know, the most premium thing ever, but the build materials are fine. I don't know. This Nitro 5, I don't think I'd have an issue carrying it around myself. I don't think I would have a problem bringing it places. I mean, worst case, you might have to get a power bank that can charge it portably, but there's also the Legion 5, which is more expensive, has bigger battery options and very similar specs well, just very similar specs in general, so yeah. Wish they'd build a laptop like this in a chassis that doesn't scream, "I'm a pro gamer." Yeah, I agree too. I agree. How's the temperature feeling right now with these light tasks? Feels cold. I mean, let me get this out here, and that's Fahrenheit. It is hot in here. Like, yeah, my room's like 80 right now. This is miserable. Yeah, it's like 80 degrees in here. 80 F. So keep that in mind. I mean, everything is going to be around 80 degrees because it's like, oh. Yeah, so this top part is like... Can I get a focus, please? No. So the top part here is like 31. It goes to 30 near the bottom. The touchpad's around 29.3, 29. Onto the keyboard, it's 31.7, 32.5, 32.6, 35 up along this top edge, so that doesn't really matter. It's 34.0 right there, roughly. 33, 32. Yeah, it's not hot. Exhaust vents? Yeah, it's got 4. The exhaust vents are actually not even that hot. Like, I don't know, 90 Fahrenheit, around 33 degrees. Not bad. It's keeping itself cool while just doing all this stuff, so can't complain. I mean, some laptops, you turn on Windows Update and the thing just like goes nuclear. Okay, so we have... Okay, let's see here. Just do a quick scan over it and see if I can get any hot temps. This would probably be where the hottest stuff would be, over here. Just go up. Yeah, no, it's quite cool actually. It's like only about 37°C at max. Even along the edges with the vents, it's not even hot. Does look like the screen is PWM. As you can tell by the scan lines going down the screen. And now this is CL22, 3200 megahertz, 8 gigabyte RAM. This is Micron Tech 8A TF1 G6, okay, 8ATF1 G64 HZ-3G 2J1, 3200 megahertz, PC4 25600 DDR4 RAM. So, and we're only running in single channel, by the way. So that's one of the reasons why I want to get my other sticks from this laptop I have in hand and drop them in here. CPU package power. That is really quite low at times for like a gaming machine. But then again, Norton's doing random crap. So let me just get Norton out of here. We're going to uninstall Norton, because I don't like Norton. Color accuracy. Not sure. I don't have a way of measuring that, so I couldn't really say. I'm also not very I don't pick up on that super well. But it doesn't look bad. It's not as vibrant as some displays I've seen, but you know, it was like $700, so. Uninstall and everything. Please take 2 minutes. No. Yeah, that's all you have to do to get rid of Norton, by the way. We have the Radeon graphics. We have the NVIDIA graphics, which are off because we have Optimus. Ow. I think when we go and turn this off, we can go into the BIOS and take a look at things. By the way, this plastic part right here, it's like speckly. It's interesting. Doesn't match the rest of the plastic. Okay, we're on 1909. Shift restart brings up the advanced startup options, and there's an option that brings it to the BIOS. Okay, let's do that then. Let's try that out. Yeah. Yep. Thanks for reminding me. Come on now. There we go. Okay, so this is an Inside HTO BIOS. Looks like we have a number of options. Anything interesting? Do disk-to-disk system recovery via Alt F10. Keyboard backlight timeout. Let open resume. Okay. Pretty standard BIOS options. Okay. Wait. 256G? That's... I was under the impression that this was 512, unless I misread. Hold on. Nope, it's 256 gigabyte drive. Sorry. I must have read that from somewhere. I don't know where. Well, now you know. MSVCP 100. Which one is that? There we go. Need both of these. Oh, a collection of useful software. Thanks, Acer. Okay, so now I want to make sure I'm on that. Ultra, Extreme. Anti-aliasing all the way up. We'll be going 1080p, not full screen. We'll run. Let's get hardware info 64 going here. Also close out all of this junk. Now we're doing a stress test here. So the goal is definitely not to like test for like a performance benchmark number per se, but this is like a thermal benchmark. So one thing I want to check and make sure, it does appear to be a 50 watt GTX 1650, so that's good to know. The fans are spinning up a little bit just for the GPU needing to be cooled, and it's sitting at a nice temp, but we gotta also get the CPU load running here, which will be a second. We're on the latest NVIDIA drivers as well, so. Stability test, here we go. We're going to go over here. We're going to turn off the system memory stress. We're going to keep cache on. And we're going to go to Unified, Preferences. Unified. We're going to... Yeah, that's fine. Check the GPU temp. Or the package wattage. Set this to 100. Go over here. Set the sensor graph to 3 seconds. Okay. Clear. Go over here. Yep, that's fine. We'll clear that. We'll start this. And now we just kind of sit back and chill for a little while. Let me bring these over now so that they can be seen better. Yeah, so it appears that part of my suspicion when I ordered this system was that it was only going to have probably around like 35 watts of cooling reasonably on the CPU. Hitting max clocks around 30 watts. I don't think we're hitting max clocks. 3.8? No, that's not max. No, we're not hitting max clock. We're just definitely power limiting to 35. One thing I want to try is open that. What app was that? The Nitro Center or whatever? Yeah, NitroSense. Let's open NitroSense and turn the fans up to max. Because right now they're not at max. It doesn't seem. We'll even look and see if they are. No, they're not. Let's go to max fans. Does that make a difference? So we're at max fans now. I mean, it's fairly similar to Intel's boosting to some degree. Try a different profile. Good point. High performance. Also go over here. Nope, can't do that. It's being very cautious in terms of temps. It doesn't even seem to have a skin temp reported, so it's interesting why it's not going above 35. But I guess it wants to stay below 80. I mean, the GPU is definitely 50 watt, 1650. I'm not sure what the deal is with the CPU, but yeah, the temps are decent. Wattages are a bit low because this is a 45 watt chip, so ideally you'd want to be seeing this package power thing here. You'd want to see 45 here, but it does seem that after a little while it will just drop down to 35 and sit there, which is unfortunate. Let's see what happens if I stop the load here. We'll let this cool down. It's cooling down fairly quickly. Sadly, no FP6 chipset drivers to get Ryzen balanced. Start this back up. Yeah, I don't think we're hitting max clocks, Jedi, whatever. I don't know, Jedi. I don't know how to pronounce that. Yeah, it's definitely a power limit. I don't know what else it would be. Because it was boosting earlier. NitroSense doesn't really seem to want to let us go any better than that. What's Cool Boost? Oh. Well, the fans just stopped. That's lovely. Jedi. Windows is in high performance mode? Yeah. I mean, I can't... There's no battery setting here. It's just 100%. There's no, like, power. We go to power settings here. Yeah, it's in high performance, so it shouldn't be restricted. I like that they do give you a separate auto button that allows you to lift the fan noise up, so that's always appreciated. What's this again? Oh, it's the thing. Okay. Yeah, I'm not sure. You can only get Windows power settings in balanced mode, yeah. It needs Ryzen balanced. What do you mean? Maybe there's some clock stretching. What do you mean by that? Yeah, you should be able to get in all modes. It's just disabled for some reason. But yeah, I mean, while we're doing this, I'll be quiet for a second. I'll put the little sound meter right here on the keyboard. Yeah, it's like 50.5 decibels under full load. So this is not... I mean, it's audible, but it's not unpleasantly loud. I mean, with headphones on, if I mute my mic on my side as well, 1 second here. If I was playing a game, I wouldn't be able to hear it, honestly. Yeah, the FP5 chipset driver doesn't work. You can see there it did like 45 watt boost for a little bit, but when temps got high, it just stopped and gave up, which is weird. I guess it's acceptable for Zen 2 to be running at 35 watts considering the efficiency. It's not like this is Intel, which needs way more than 45 watts. Yeah, I'd agree, honestly. I mean, it's kind of sad to see the 45 watt chip not running at 45 watts, but it's still tolerable. I mean, I'd classify it as tolerable. It's not great, but I mean, if you're fine with 35 watts, but I mean, that's what you get on the Flex 5. That's why I'm not super happy with it. We can always benchmark it to see if it's better than the Flex 5 score. I'm sure it will be because it's 12 threads, but that's just my complaint, is that, you know, our $600 Ultrabook type thing can also do 35 watts, so it's not blowing me out of the water by any means. Oh, it's cranking the GPU fan up. Wow. For no reason at all. I'll just turn that off. Okay, let's see here. What's nice is we could even go through and tune our GPU's clock speeds with Afterburner later if we want to. I have a feeling that once Ryzen controller's been updated, we could try to push it to 45, but for now it seems we're around 34-35 watts, which is fine. Well, the iGPU's temperatures level off around 75. Our actual NVIDIA GPU temperatures haven't actually went like above 70. So if you got this with a better GPU, I wouldn't even worry about temperatures because, well, at least on the GPU. I don't know how well the CPU would handle that, honestly. Wonder how the temps would be with liquid metal considering the amount of heat density on that 4600H. They might be better, but I don't know. The temps aren't bad. Mid-80s is plenty tolerable. Okay, so the 1650 Ti actually has the same power limit, same amount of shading units. It has more modern memory because the 1650 only had. Okay, so Yeah, this is really weird. So the base clock on the 1650 is higher by like 45 megahertz, but the the boost clock is higher by about this. No, it's higher by more. It's higher by 75 megahertz than the 1650. So no, 1650 Ti. That's weird. And same amount of shader. What? So the 1650 Ti is worse? That doesn't make any sense. Well, the 1650 Ti is GDDR6, so it has more memory bandwidth, but the clocks are overall worse, which is odd. Okay. I was not aware of that before now. That's interesting. Yeah, so the 1650 should perform around the same level as the 1650 Ti, and they'll have the same thermals. So, is there like a 1660 Ti Nitro 5 with the 4600H? Yeah, there's nothing better than the 1650 Ti. That's funny. Well, I'll tell you this now. I don't think the 1650 Ti is worth a whole lot more money. Because it seems to be like basically the same exact thing, so yeah. It'd be interesting to see if you could like mod the BIOS on one of these to do 75 watts, but that's me being weird. Okay, so we're about 15 minutes into it now. Alright, so yeah, these are the benchmark results. Let me see if I'll try to save them real quick. Okay, so I've got those saved. So now we can stop doing the stress test and let's do something else. We now know everything we came to learn. And that the CPU is a little weak, but not enough where I will be sad about it. So we'll just... Oh, my little decibel meter turned off. Let's load up GTA now that I've said I was going to do that for a while. Are we also doing Fortnite? Yeah, I want to. I probably should start downloading that before I launch GTA, so... Let's check the settings. So we have 4 gigs of RAM, as mentioned earlier. Looks like it went for very high settings. I mean... Let's try it. Stock settings. Let's see how it runs.
Get down there! Alright, everybody pays attention. No one gets hurt. Go! Open the door! They'll get worse than hurt! Hey! Hey! Ah! Come on! Oh, finally! Don't do anything! Let's go! Shut up! Shut the fuck up!
Alright, so we're running the game now.
Hands behind your back. Come on, mister. We're giving you everything you want.
Yeah, we could even probably step the graphics up a little bit, because...
Don't even think about it.
We have no load here.
Get in there.
Sit tight. I'll handle the blasting.
Don't blow yourself up. Listen up. In the back. Come on.
What's he doing?
Hurry.
He's gonna kill us in here. Leave us alone. We didn't do shit to you.
All set. Phone it in.
I'm calling it.
Remember, these are stock settings.
All right. We gonna do this? Huh?
Show me the money.
Slow and steady, T. Slow and steady.
That's the score. Remember, just the non-sequential bills. There's enough here for us all to enjoy.
Depends on how you look at it.
We're done here. Let's go. Coming out, B.
Give it up! I got him! I saw your face. I'll remember you.
You get 1,000 things every day. How about you make sure this is one of them?
I've seen his eye.
Alright.
Great.
Fuck! You didn't have to do that.
Let's get going. There'll be time for grieving later.
Yeah, you got that right. Let's go! I'm setting the charges. They're on a timer, so brace yourselves. Oh, fuck, you hear that?
We're at about 6.5 gigs of memory used right now.
Switch.
What's this? Local resistance?
It ain't supposed to go down like this.
It never is. Come on, go!
Get out of here!
Get out of the way!
We keep going forward! Who snitched?
Blame the pricks who called you out here!
Press forward! Oh, drop it, prick! Let's move, come on!
You shouldn't have been a cop!
We bring it to them!
Can't be many more cops in this town!
Bring them! This is fucked, man! The thing is blown!
I got my share! It's still wide open!
Cars up here! Let's go!
Move! Come on!
The kid might have failed! This wasn't in the job description! Get down!
They answered the
Okay.
wrong call!
Ah! Get in their faces!
Alright.
Move! We're coming through! We got a window. Let's go! Every man for himself! Get it!
What game is that? Yeah, it's Clash of Clans.
See that shit? Fucking put that bitch's face against the glass. Did you see that? Yeah, you're a real stout. Fuck, how'd that happen? Go, 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 go!
By the way, you can post a link to the stream in the GPD Discord channel if you want, by the way.
Ryzen dick! Fuck you!
Driving time.
Come on! Let's get to the chopper! We move quick, we can beat the train!
We're getting there! Cops! Coming our way!
Be cool! We ain't made this car yet!
Man, I'll believe in this bird when I get eyes on it.
Mike!
Yeah, gameplay's
Shit,
pretty good.
shit, shit! Roadblock!
Go right! Beat the train, man!
Crap. The route was a... Oh, did I go the wrong way? Whoops.
Come on! Let's get to the chopper!
The W key has like a little like dot on it.
We move quick, we can beat the train!
We're getting there! Cops! Coming our way!
Be cool! We ain't made this car yet!
I didn't realize you had a pistol at this point.
Shit, shit, shit! Roadblock!
Go right! Beat the train, man!
You guys alright?
Fuck! Come on! Ditch the car, alright? We can go this way to the chopper.
No! Hey! Stick to the plan!
What?
Stick to the fucking plan! Come on!
Are they in Russia or something?
Where the fuck's the chopper? Fuck.
Yeah, it kind of looks like Russia, doesn't it?
I'm gonna check around back. Ah!
Oh, the fucking bed! Someone must have fucking talked!
Alright, Brad's gonna be fine. We gotta get the fuck out of here. Ah, fuck. I'm hit. Oh, Jesus. T, you gotta get out of here.
I'm gonna leave you, Mikey!
Go! God, I'm not gonna be fucking gonna bleed out. Go! No! I'm standing here! Finish me! Fuck you! Fuck you! Fuck you! Fuck you! You fucking cocksuckers! Come on! Come on! Fucking die! All of you! Hey! You! Hey! Where's the chopper? Fucking stay back! You come near me! She's fucking dead! Stay back! Go! Go!
Okay, so this is, you know, the rest of it, and then it will cut out, and we'll have the next part at the beginning of the game.
Was not always a good husband, not always a good citizen. He did not die a hero's death, but he was a man. Our Lord was crucified with 2 thieves. So perhaps we should not judge. We are born of sin and we die in sin. And this, like anybody else. Father, we do not know your infinite mysteries, but we know that you will show mercy to our friends.
What resolution is it at? 1080p. Keep in mind the load times aren't indicative of what the laptop's load times would
Your
be.
son,
I'm using an
James.
external drive.
He's a good kid.
He's a good kid? A good kid? Why? Does he help the fucking poor? No. He sits on his ass all day, smoking dope and jerking off while he plays that fucking game. If that's our standard for goodness, no wonder this country's screwed.
And what about you?
What about me? Hey. I didn't have the advantages that kid has. By the time I was his age, I'd already been in prison twice. I robbed banks. I ran whores. I smuggled dope.
And you consider them achievements?
These were the opportunities I had. At least I took them.
And where did these opportunities get you, Michael?
They got me right fucking here. The end of the road. With a big house and a useless kid, and I'm stuck talking to you because no one else gives a shit. Oh, I'm living a dream, baby. And that dream is fucked. It is fucking fucked.
Let it all out.
I think I just did.
Oh. Well, I think that's all we have time for. The same time next week?
I guess. Oh. I gotta tell you, I ain't too sure this shit is working for me.
Well, a sense of overriding futility is a vital part of the process. Embrace it.
Whatever you say, Doc.
The thick door. We're almost at 8 gigs of memory. This is one of the reasons why I tell people to not get 8 gigabyte machines if they're going to play games. Because if you look at the top here, you can see, you know, we're at like... Whoops. We're at like 7 gigabytes used, so... we're skirting the line, for sure. Alright, just skip over that, I don't care.
Come on. Come on.
Damn, this nigga must got the baby dick. You always was old choosy, motherfucker. Oh, you balling hard with the drop top, huh?
Yeah, I'll be showing you how to do that once we're done with GTA here. It's very simple. Driving like this main part of the map, where you're driving and exploring, it does seem to drop frames here on higher settings more so than the beginning of the game. People like to say the beginning of the game is very indicative of the performance you get everywhere else, but it's not entirely true. Jeez. Stuttering a little bit, but still playable.
You ain't even testing me.
Whatever.
NVIDIA. It's running on the 1650. Oh my god. I'm gonna die. No. Yeah, definitely. Part of it's probably our RAM usage though. And the fact that we're only a single channel, but that won't impact graphics too much, so we'll see. Crap.
In that case, we might enjoy ourselves.
Keep up, homie.
If you want to talk to me,
I'm usually not this bad at this. I just like rear-ending him.
What you going slow up the road for, dog? Move over so the traffic can flow through.
Whatever, nigga. I'll let something flow through your ass.
Dog, I ain't too sure that joke works, dog.
Oh, shit, the one time.
Be cool, fool. We got the paperwork.
Whatever, you explain that shit. I'll see you at the dealership.
Explain that shit my ass. Fuck this shit.
Politicians are blaming lack of sensationalism. The recent fall in the popularity of gay movies focusing on American. Experts warned yesterday.
Here we go. Just get out of this cop chase. Jesus Christ. No. Okay, let's get out of here. Okay, got away. We're good. I didn't go nearly as far as I did on the Flex 5, where it was like I was driving for like 20 minutes. FPS is really low right now. Well, not really low, it's like 40s, but just gotta turn the graphics down or something. thought I set CPU temp. I don't know. I guess not. Crap.
I don't get you, bro. You are a racist and I don't like you. And I will not sell you this car. I will not. You make my skin crawl, you neo-Nazi. You are all the same. You're disgusting. This racist insulted me. Hey, what's up, bull? Who you calling a nigga?
No, I'm not calling nobody a nigga.
Wait, what the fuck?
I mean, N-word. That's not cool, man. I don't say that.
You fucking right, and you better keep it right, because this man right here, he's an international businessman, a multiculturalist.
That I could not have said better myself. But seriously, maybe he's not a racist. But I don't think that he is man enough for a car like this.
Wait a second.
This guy right here, him, give him a hybrid. That's a real man's car.
I think you are right, Lamar. You get a tax rebate. I understand. Money is an issue.
Money isn't an issue.
This is the best part. Watch this when they reel him in. He gonna get all this full money.
Look, man, I gotta go. Hey, Simeon, I'm out. I'll holler at you, homie.
It's the best part, man.
So, Jimmy, are you sure you are man enough? Take the wheel.
Okay. Yeah, so we're pretty much done now with GTA 5. We pretty much tested it, so. Are you talking about CPU temp?
This chump change.
I don't know why it's not showing up. Hold on. I thought I had it showing up, but it seems to have hidden from me. Yeah, there's no CPU temp thing here. I can load up hardware info 64 though and just monitor that through there. Okay, let's load up GTA.
I'm gonna knock a bad grown.
It won't really be any worse than our stress test results. It should be better, if anything. Because the CPU is only under like about 50% like consumption, so.
Oh, she's sexy. Sexy? She more like obsessed with sex, nigga.
Oh, man, for the penis. That's exactly how I like my women. What's up? Can a low come up in your crib?
Man, fuck you. I'll see you at work.
Oh, nigga, don't hate me because I'm beautiful, nigga. Maybe you got rid of that GE-ass haircut you got, you get some bitches on your dick. Oh, better yet, maybe Tanisha will call your dog ass if she ever stop fucking with that brain surgeon, the lawyer she fucking with. Nigga.
What? Ooh, honey. Y'all.
Cool. All right. All right. Yep, and the temps didn't go above 78 on this T-die, and the CPU core didn't go above 69 during that brief session, so yeah. Package power actually didn't go above 25 watts, so that tells you the power of Ryzen right there. That's pretty impressive. Okay, so I wonder if Fortnite's still like 39%. What's funny is some of that power consumption was also like Epic Games and stuff running in the background, so what we can do is I'll just close this out, and Minimize that. So here we have the Nitro 5. As mentioned at the beginning of the stream, I'm going to be using, whoops, my iFixit Pro Tech Toolkit to pull it apart. So just rotate this. There we go. And let's get this open. Let me get my sun meter out of the way. Once again, the J1 screwdriver in the iFixit kit seems to be about perfect for this. For indoor use only. It's a neat sticker. Could you take an overview picture of the insides with your phone or something and upload it to the Discord? Yeah. But yeah, I will be taking a photo of it and uploading it, so don't worry about that. Yep, so it's all J1 bits. Now I just need to find a spot to pry here. This very bottom edge here, you just kind of get your pry tool under this corner and then go along the edge and pop the tabs open. Apply force and work the thing open. Oh man. There we go. My pro opening strat of just prying until it opens. It's never failed me. Now there's some Acer planned on July 27. Was that announced? Or is that just rumors? That was a nice noise. Don't know what it was. 797. Wow. That's surprising. I didn't think we'd be getting that many subs today. Oh, since people were curious, here's the back panel. What is this? Oh, okay. So these are like little M.2 heat spreaders that just screw in to the top. Those little black things. That's neat. It's actually really clever. I like that. You can see here and under the light. Well, I'll just put the light behind it. You can see here we have this vent, a bunch more vents and those vents. So clear through, which is why we get the nice airflow. Yeah, 800, awesome. I have something planned for 1K. Well, no, I don't, but I'd like to do something for 1K. Yep, so here we go. Here's the internals. We'll just do a general shot of it first. You can see it does come with the hard drive bay open. So, for instance, if I wanted to, this external drive that I have all my games on, I could just pretty much drop this in here and put the cable in for the SATA, and I'd be good to go. But since I don't want to do that, I won't be doing that. Notable things. We have our Wi-Fi card right here. We have our SSD right here, SK Hynix. Pretty beefy controller on the thing. Where was the other? Oh, okay. Hold on, let me find a M.2 drive I have laying around. Do I have one laying around? Yeah, it's really thick looking. I have... Oh my god. Alright, I don't know what the other one is. That's annoying. But yeah, so... This right here, over here, you can see that we have a second M.2 slot here. Right here's the M.2, and it just connects over here with the screw. And then all you need is that same, I believe, J1 screwdriver. Just pop that in, twist it out, slot it in your SSD, then put the screw back in, screw it back down, and then it's installed. That's all you got to do. And I'll even show you how that would normally work with the stock SSD here. Let me see. I'm going to uninstall the battery for a moment just to be extra careful. Also, yeah, it does look like this second bay does support SATA according to this silk screening. So you could use like one of those Western Digital ones on there. Also, curiously, there's just a port that's not soldered in on the board, probably for a different model. But yeah, so I'll just show you how easy to remove the SSD is. Actually, since this is off, it doesn't even matter. I'll just do this. Unscrew it. Normally, I'd suggest you unplug the battery, but since I'm a pro gamer, I won't worry about it. So, yep, it pops up. You just pull it out. If you want to put a new one in, you just put it in at this angle, push it in gently, so it looks like that. Again, I'll just do it from this end. You just kind of put it in this angle. It'll slot in, and just... and then you just put the screw there, line it up, screw it down, and there you go. Brilliant. So this is the X200. This is a Hynix SSD. We've got our 1 stick of RAM, and I'll show that nice on screen here so that you can actually see it. Come on. The arms do not want to release here. Give them a little help. There we go. So here's the memory on screen in full HD for you, so you can glean the part number and everything off of it. This is exactly the memory you want to have. Is that 24 megabyte SSD? Where? They're on the bottom, I think. I could always just pull it off again. Let's just take one more look here. Oh. I guess it's DRAM-less. Yeah, it's a really terrible SSD then. It's just 3D NAND. That's why it's so thick. Because that's everything. That's literally the entire SSD. Jesus Christ. Yeah, so I'd recommend... I can link some SSDs in the description that would probably be better than this one. We can always benchmark it, but the fact that it looks like this is like, really? Alright, and I mentioned this already, but what I'm going to do is I'm going to replace this memory stick with dual channel to see how much of it... no, we haven't done performance benchmarks yet, so I'll do that later. And I'll just put this back where it was. And okay, while we're at it, I'll just show you how to install RAM. Let's say this stick is already in here. We'll just do it for this stick. You, again, like the SSD, this one is inverted. Like the SSD, you slot it in at this angle, or just roughly this angle, and push it down. And there you go. Installed, that's all you have to do. Removal, pretty simple. You just push these little metal tabs, and if it doesn't come off right away, you just give it a little lift, pull it out. Should be pretty much forceless. You shouldn't have to like crank on it. If you're applying a lot of pressure, that's not good. How to unplug the battery? Probably should explain that, shouldn't I? Put the RAM back in now. Unplugging the battery, you can see there's this cable right here. What you got to do is you just remove the tape, and ideally you'd unscrew the battery because that'll make this much easier on like the angle and everything. But again, since I'm an absolute pro gamer, what we're gonna do is we're just gonna get in there with my tools here. It's hard for you to see this. Let me move the camera over like this more. See that connector right there, right in the middle of the screen? That's the battery connector. So what we're gonna do is I'm gonna get my pry tools here. I'm gonna line them up and I'm going to gently wiggle on it. And then once it's loose enough, I can just kind of push on the other end, and there you go. Battery is now disabled. There's no power in the system. And to plug it back in, you just push it in. Sorry. Stupid cable. Mission Impossible sort of freaking cable. Oh my god. There we go. There, and then just lift this tape back up if it fell down. If you can do it correctly. I'm struggling. Push the cables back down and just tape on it again. There you go. How long is it? It's quite long. It's a really long cable. I'm not going to measure it, but it's longer than a stick of memory. And yeah, like with this heatsink design here. Oh, speaking of which, the battery here is a 48 watt hour. No. So the rated capacity is 55 watt hours, but it says typically it's 57.48 watt hours. So it's actually similar to the Flex 5's battery size, which is interesting. It's bigger. It's like, because 57, 3.5 watt hours more than the Flex 5. 5 watt hours more than the Max, so that's cool. Yeah, so the heatsink design, you can see this is the GPU side. You can see we have 3 mounting points. Not terribly ideal, but fine. It looks like there's pads on power management components, and there's plenty of extra spreader on various parts of the components and everything. You can see there's a little flash chip right here, which probably has a BIOS of some sort. I'd imagine that the one right there probably is the GPU BIOS, and this one is probably just the system BIOS right there. And underneath you have the 4600H processor, which I won't be removing the heatsink to look at. You can just, look at it and figure that out. We have yet more bare pads for ports that don't exist on this model. I believe apparently this motherboard is shared between a few different models, so that's probably what it is. I'll just zoom back out now. And let's get a nice shot. I'm going to open up camera mode and take a nice photo. Here's a Raspberry Pi. There you go. Should be able to calculate that out from there. For whatever interesting task you're needing to know the battery size for. Yep, there you go. I'm complaining about the camera stand again. Yeah, so I got one decent photo. Let me just steal the SD card out of here and I'll post that in the Discord. Okay, so in my Discord in the laptops channel, I'm uploading the Nitro 5 insides. Quite a high fidelity photo, except for the fact that it's blurry, which still annoys me, but about as good as it'll get. So J Turbo 1, what is that? Oh, it's a display port that's not soldered on the left. That's funny. It's like a mini display port. So if you can find an Acer laptop that's very, very, very similar in terms of layout and just has a mini display port on the right side of the laptop, then it's probably the same thing. So apparently it's the Triton 300, so that's at least what I'm seeing. Okay. So now we know all of that we need to know about the insides. I'll take more photos of the insides of anything interesting. You guys get some nice close-ups on stream. And again, that was my iFixit Pro Tech Toolkit, specifically this and then some of the pry tools. This is, I believe, called the, like, I don't know, it's one of their bit sets. If it looks like this, then it's, you know, the right one. It's not that big. Okay, well, I'll see what I can do here. Speaking of which, since we'll be messing with it now, we can see what the battery life will probably roughly be like. And power consumption at the battery currently, when we're doing nothing, core plus SoC power, CPU package power is at 3.2 watts. The NVIDIA GPU for some reason is running. I don't know why. Let me go. Oh, because we're still in the performance profile. Let me go back down to like the balanced one. So that we're not, you know, constantly running everything. Yeah, sure, Acer optimized. The fans are off right now. Oh. Let's just go to power saver. Oh. On battery, we want to be in balance. And better battery, and see how our power consumption goes. What is using the GPU though? That's what I want to know. Is something constantly waking up the... If I disable monitoring, will it stop? Or is it GeForce experience? Oh. The Epic Games launchers were using it? Why? Hold on, I've got to turn off some stuff. Okay. Yep, and there. Okay, good. So now we should lower... Yep, okay. Okay, alright, stop. Yeah, so right now we're consuming around 8 watts at idle. And just for reference, let me pull up my Flex 5 numbers on that. So the Flex 5 at idle at the battery was consuming 3.3 watts. And right now, it looks like it's slowly starting to park cores and stuff. So let's see how low it gets. I'll close this Acer Center because this might be messing with things a little bit. I mean, unfortunately, Hardware Info 64 is going to skew our idle stats a little bit because it's constantly waking things up. Wow, it's going really low. Remember, this is at the battery consumption. -4 watts. Oh, 4 watts. Still dropping. Are we going to hit 3.3? Okay, we'll just clear this. Yeah, looks like core 0 and 1 got woken up by something. What's running? I feel like something's probably updating. Yeah, it's just stupid crap running when it shouldn't be. Now I've got to wait for all the cores to park again. You could see that some of the cores are consuming 0 watts, so like all these cores went to sleep. I mean, the power efficiency we're seeing here is insane because on some gaming laptops, it's basically impossible to get anything below like, I don't know, 15 watts on the on the battery. I mean, this is like 4 watts at moments. That's wow. I mean, it's rivaling Flex 5 battery life, and it has a GPU. I mean, it's not going to be nearly as good. Then again, I mean, yeah, it got 3.3 watts while it was under like absolute minimal settings. This one, this actually is getting like fairly similar power consumption at idle under a realistic setting. Yeah, you can switch. Yep. So let's just set idle for a few minutes here. Yeah, you can just disable the dedicated graphics if you really wanted to, but I mean, that's up to you to do. So yeah, this thing under like a balanced configuration, I don't think I have it set to power saver. It's just balanced. With better battery set in Windows, I mean, the brightness is usable. This is more representative of my idle mid brightness intelligent cooling for the Flex 5, and it's consuming about the same amount of power, which is kind of funny. Our current prediction is like 900 minutes. That will improve battery life. Well, you could go into the NVIDIA control panel and just set it to like always use the integrated graphics if you want to try to conserve battery. And then you can just right click games when you launch them and set them to be dedicated graphics. Or just like, I don't know, it's whatever you want. You can set your preferred to integrated and it'll just do integrated most of the time, and then set specific programs to be dedicated. That should help a little bit. This is crazy. Honestly, I wouldn't worry about that on this system as long as you pay attention to that notification, the NVIDIA like process monitor thing. If you pay attention to that and turn off things that are using the dedicated for absolutely no reason, then you can get really good battery out of this thing. I mean, we're at like 3.5 watts, 3.6 watts. That is really good. It's funny because it just goes to show that all this time it wasn't really Optimus screwing up and causing all of the high power consumption on Intel's graphics, well, Intel's high performance chips. It was actually just like Intel's high performance chips just being garbage. How much is this? This system is $670 from Best Buy. Yeah, Intel's kind of like the. You guys haven't even been getting a nice shot of the battery life, but I mean, there you go. You can see we've been averaging over the last like almost 3 minutes now. We've been averaging about 3.6 watts of draw. How's the screen? Screen's pretty decent. I don't have any complaints with it personally. I mean, it's a cheap 60 hertz panel. So, I mean, you get what you ask for, I guess. Open display settings. Yeah, it's just 60 hertz. It's not like 120 or anything. You can see that woke it up for a second. It'll probably go back to sleep now. 300 nits. I haven't checked. I don't have a way to check. Oh, speaking of which, actually, yeah, we've determined that basically, yeah, it does idle around 3.6 when you're literally doing nothing. So we'll stop looking at battery life for a second, and I'll just go to AIDA64 and plug this in over here. Also, I just realized something. My Flex 5 battery life stat might have been inaccurate because I took that using the broken drivers that don't accelerate YouTube. So the battery life might have been much worse than it would otherwise be. So I might have to retake that number and clarify that in a video at some point. Anyway, I still have the trial version. I don't know if this is going to work. I might have to get a license real quick here. Oh, there we go. It's a BOE Hydis NV156 FHM N48. I'm just going to take a screenshot of that so that I have it. Whoops. Yeah, the Flex 5 should actually get better battery life if I upgrade the drivers, but let's look up the panel. So we'll go to Chrome and I'll look up NV156 FHM N48. Let's see if anyone's looked at it. Let's try notebook check. Oh, okay. Here we go. Notebook check has looked at it. Here's the panel. And here are the stats from Notebook check. This is the company I work for, by the way. And it appears the screen is about 250 nit per specs, which it does say it's 250 nit, and it is 250 nit. You can tell because at the center it's 250, but it's averaging like 240. It would be fine for indoor use. You won't find issue just using it indoors because, I mean, 240 nits is plenty for inside, but really brightly lit rooms or just being outside, it'll be very hard to see. So you'd want to consider a different laptop if using it like outdoors or near windows is really important. At least windows you can't draw a curtain over. But yeah, I mean, I think that, I mean, the screen is, let's see what the other measurements were. The response time, a little bit slow, which I could see. I work for Notebook Check. Yeah, I do. I write for him. PWM, I noticed that. Because if you look back in the stream, you could see that it was flickering. The viewing angles are... okay, so they saw some darkening and stuff, but I don't know. It's only apparent in dark, really. I didn't see it in the, like, sunlight, so... Whoa. Whoops. Alright, where's the color accuracy stuff? Oh, there it is. Duh. So, 239 nits. Black levels are, I think that's good. Delta E is 3.84. There's no there's a calibration profile. Okay, so is there like a no? Okay. Yeah, so that's the screen spec basically. Now we know. Power consumption was like that. 9 watts. 10 watts. Let's go to YouTube now. Oh, I don't have the Adrenaline 2020 drivers installed, so let's get that installed now. No, I just want the 2020 everything, please. Hope the music's not annoying. 4600H drivers. Let's go here. Drivers. Why is there a specific version on here for the Dell G5? Okay then. The Adrenaline drivers, basically the drivers that come pre-installed in this thing are from April. These drivers are from this month, so they're a lot better. They're more up to date. They bring better game compatibility overall, etc., etc. Speaking of which, why didn't I have the Epic Games launcher open? To download Fortnite. Lord. What Windows laptops have a battery life that's comparable to MacBooks? I am not familiar with MacBook battery life myself. But, I also don't know what battery life is like on a lot of laptops, but I know that Notebook Check does a decent job of testing battery life on machines. So if there's anything you're looking at, I'd recommend checking their battery test out and just looking at that. Like over 9 hours. You'd probably want to get something with like a 60 watt hour battery or better then. Yep. We're on AC again. I don't know why it's not downloading for... Oh, because I didn't plug the drive back in. Crap. Alright, so once I plug this in here, I'm going to go be AFK for a while, get a snack or something and some water and overall chill, so... Did it plug in or not? No. Can you please detect, please? Yeah, see you later. I'll be going BRB soon, so... Try this again. There's no data on this cable. Dang it. Ah. Try to download Valorant. Yeah, I'll try to do that. Oh, none of these cables work. Whatever. I'll keep trying. There we go. Okay, good. Finally. Close Epic Games down again. Oh! Looks like I've run into the issue. People on the reviews were saying... people in the reviews were saying the charger didn't work, and it looks like I ran into that issue. But people also in the reviews... Jesus Christ, that was noisy. People also in the reviews were saying that it's just difficult to plug the charger in the correct way because it's very specific. You can see that the charger is indeed right here plugged in. I need to just push harder on it, and it clicks in, and then it charges. I don't know what that noise was, but now it's charging. There we go. Fortnite's downloading again. You could do a separate video benchmarking these games for people who couldn't watch the stream. I could, yeah. Yeah, so I'll check and see who's still around after the beer. Actually, I think I might just test these later. I'm quite tired, to be quite honest. And I want to take a break for like probably the rest of the evening. It's 8 o'clock already, so get some dinner and just maybe post some stuff in the Discord. Yeah, so for everyone that's still around, be sure to join the Discord. Link is in the description. I will be in there. You can ask questions about the thing. I'll take down notes about what I should test, and just let me know what you think there. Otherwise, that's about it for today. So, I don't like this song. Let me switch it. I'm glad. Yeah, so I'll be back with more content on the Nitro 5 soon. So be sure to stay tuned for that. Be subscribed, etc. Yeah, no problem. Yeah, more streams like this will happen whenever I get more stuff. So I'll be back hopefully tomorrow with new content. If not, sometime this week. So thanks for watching and have a good evening, everybody.